You think moving to a serene mountain cabin in Colorado would mean trading city chaos for tranquility, right? Wrong. The real nightmare wasn't the occasional bear rummaging through trash. It was discovering that my HOA president, Evelyn Harper, was a master manipulator running a criminal empire right under our noses. Picture this. It's 2 a.m. on a crisp September night in 2024, and I'm jolted awake by pounding on my door. Federal investigators. Open up, booms a voice. My heart's racing, palms sweaty, thinking I've stumbled into some Kafkaesque nightmare. Then, like a scene from a thriller, floodlights blaze, and real FBI agents shout, "Drop your weapons." Turns out, Evelyn's hired goons, posing as feds, walked straight into a trap, and Liam Carter, a 35-year-old ex-financial analyst, became the bait that unraveled her million-dollar scam. Let me set the stage. I just left my high-stress job in Denver, cashed in my savings, and bought a $900,000 cabin in Pinewood Ridge, a picturesque community nestled among aspens with a view of snow-capped peaks. It was my dream, a cozy wooden retreat, floor-to-ceiling windows, and a deck where I could sip coffee while running my new consulting gig. Numbers are my thing. I love untangling financial knots, but I crave peace. Or so I thought. 3 days after moving in, Evelyn Harper, the HOA president, showed up. She was all polished charm, sleek silver bob, tailored blazer, and a smile that screamed control freak. She handed me a binder of rules, grass height, fence colors, you name it, and zeroed in on my security cameras. I'd installed them to protect my gear and catch glimpses of elk on my property. No big deal, right? Wrong. Evelyn's eyes narrowed, her voice sharp, warning me about community privacy. When I casually mentioned my background in financial investigations, her face froze and she bolted like I'd lit a fuse. The next morning, I'm on my deck, coffee in hand, when I spot shady activity at the community trailhead. It's 5 a.m., and guys are unloading boxes, not hiking gear, but cash and paperwork, moving like they've done this before. My old instincts kicked in. I started tracking patterns. Same time, same crew, too organized for a casual drop. That afternoon, Evelyn delivered a new HOA ordinance banning cameras near common areas, with $600 daily fines per camera. I had 10. You do the math. This wasn't about rules. It was about blinding me to whatever was happening on that trail. I'm not confrontational. Spreadsheets are my battlefield, but this screamed trouble. I dug into HOA records, expecting minor mismanagement. Instead, I found a financial horror show. Our 60-home community had supposedly spent $350,000 on trail maintenance in a year. The trails? Overgrown. The budget listed vendors like Summit Grounds, owned by Evelyn's sister, and Peak Security, tied her Uncle Shell companies with no equipment, no offices, just P.O. boxes. I estimated Evelyn had siphoned $800,000 over 5 years, funneling it through fake businesses straight to her family. Then things got personal. Evelyn hit me with fines. $75 for my car's tire crossing my driveway line. $100 for excessive porch lights. My utilities got cut off twice. Mystery errors. My neighbor, Clara Evans, a 78-year-old widow, was fined $600 for a non-compliant blue mailbox. The approved shade? A blue, so close you'd need a microscope to tell the difference. Clara was in tears, scared she'd lose her home. That's when I snapped. Years ago, I'd stayed silent when my colleague, Sarah Brooks, exposed the CEO's fraud and got fired. I wouldn't repeat that cowardice. I was about to call the FBI when I caught Evelyn watching my cabin through binoculars, making a heated call. That night, a note slid under my door. Mind your business or regret it. The next day, she called, her voice icy. Liam, you'd be happier elsewhere. Then I saw her with 2 rough-looking guys photographing my cameras. My gut screamed danger. The FBI call changed everything. Agent Rachel Parker answered, already knowing my name. They'd been watching Evelyn for months, but needed proof of intimidation. My records were the missing piece. Here's the wild part. They'd intercepted Evelyn's plan to send fake investigators to scare me that night. They asked me to play bait in a sting. Terrified, but driven by Clara's tears and Sarah's memory, I agreed. FBI techs wired my cabin with hidden cameras, agents hid in the pines, and I waited, heart pounding, with an earpiece linking me to Rachel. At 2 a.m., a black SUV rolled up, and two men in fake badges banged on my door, claiming to be compliance investigators probing my illegal HOA record access. I played dumb, guiding them toward the FBI's cameras as they threatened me with federal charges. Then chaos, floodlights, a chopper, and Rachel's voice booming. FBI, hands up. The goons led by a thug named Vince Malone froze. Evelyn, watching from a ridge, was nabbed screaming, "I'm the HOA president," as agents cuffed her. Vince spilled everything. Evelyn paid $40,000 to scare me off. The FBI uncovered her network, 15 fake companies, $1.2 million stolen, funding her lavish chalet and European trips. Claire's mailbox? A $2,500 paint job that should have cost $200, with Evelyn pocketing the difference. The trial was a rout. My testimony, Vince's confession, and 60 residents' stories of harassment buried her. Evelyn's defense claiming I was the stalker crumbled against bank records and her own texts. She got 20 years, $3 million in restitution, and a lifetime HOA ban. Her empire collapsed. Her husband left, her assets were seized, and she's now in a 6x8 cell. Our community? Transformed. A new board brought transparency. Property values soared 30%, and Claire's mailbox is now a defiant red. I turned down an HOA role, but consult for the FBI, exposing fraud nationwide. A new law, the Liam Carter Act, mandates HOA audits and whistleblower protections. Clara and I share coffee weekly, her gratitude humbling me. My firm, Carter Analytics, has recovered $15 million for homeowners across 20 states. Every case echoes Evelyn's playbook: fake vendors, inflated costs, fear. As I sip coffee on my deck, the mountains glow under the sunset. Evelyn thought she could bully me into silence. Instead, she sparked a movement. But what's next? Is there another Evelyn in your HOA, skimming funds behind a smile? Could your community be next? Comment below. Have you spotted shady HOA dealings? What'd you do if you found proof? Like, subscribe, and let's keep exposing the truth one spreadsheet at a time.